Hi friends, in today's video I'll show you the best way to get over 5% reply rates at scale when sending huge volumes of outreach inside of HeyReach, and I can almost guarantee this for you, as you can see some of the results that I've pulled out from our LinkedIn automation dashboard right now, where we're getting over 50% acceptance rates in some cases and plenty of replies over the rate of like 20% reply rates. And I'm sure you can see all of that across all of the dashboards that I've just screenshotted for our B2B Boosted account right now. Now, essentially, the magic in this lies in a very simple concept, and that concept is lead magnets. And the chances are you probably heard about lead magnets before, and this will practically work across any ICP lead list. And I'm going to walk through the entire process first, and then I'll give you the golden nuggets of wisdom when it comes to actually scaling this outreach and making sure that you're not making the mistakes that I used to make when I didn't quite get this correctly. So first of all, the first thing worth noting is you need to identify one persona. So we're talking about one type of people. So let's say it's business owners, or let's say it's like agency owners, something of that sort. And we have to identify one specific problem. And for that one specific problem, we can create one specific lead magnet. Now, don't worry if you haven't heard about lead magnets before, because I will make sure to link underneath this guide a guide to how to create lead magnets and how to think about those. But let's just assume that you have a lead magnet already. So for example, it may be something like a couple of AI prompts that this target persona will use in order to save 20 hours a week on manual repetitive tasks inside their CRM or something like that, right? And you will just basically follow this structure of sending 4 messages and splitting those messages out as soon as you send a connection request and that is accepted. So the first message is going to be something like this. Hey, then you'll insert the first name. I hate to be that guy, but I have this crazy, and then you specify what that lead magnet is all about. You then say, hey, can I send it over to you? Simply reply yes, and I will rush it to you. Now, by the time that the second message happens, you would have waited a couple of days. If there is no reply, you will say, hey, my bad, I could not hold back. Here is the exact guide. And then after that, in message 3 is quite straightforward. You'll just basically be like, oh, have you seen this lead magnet? And then finally, if you like the last guide, you would also love this one, and you will share another link to another guide. So in a nutshell, it's super, super simple, but let me explain to you the psychology of why this actually works. And in my opinion, the number one thing that's going to hold you back is that your lead magnets, and I see this all the time with other people, and like with myself for the last year as well, some of the lead magnets that I create are not symptomatic of needing the product service. So for example, in my case, I have a cold email agency and I also have a course. In that case, I can only create lead magnets that solve a tiny little fraction of the entire service or the entire product. And if my lead magnet is something super generic, like a brochure, one-pager, deck, or something too boring, it's not worth sharing with people. So really think and dissect the entire process of what businesses need. So I'll give you some examples in this case, right? So let's say the problem that you've identified, so let's say you're selling a company that helps you to switch energy providers without the hassle of, doing this manually. So the problem is energy is expensive, right? And in that case, if it's something to do with costs and your product is cheaper than your competitors, all we need to do is basically just create a lead magnet where it's like a calculator that calculates the cost savings. So you input how much you spend on energy right now with your current provider, and you input your provider, and then you check how expensive it will be to basically switch to another provider. And you can get ChatGPT to create a custom version of that kind of lead magnet in just a matter of seconds. And where would you find people for this type of campaign? Yeah, you will basically look for anyone that follows other energy providers on LinkedIn, and then all you can do is just basically go to a tool like Scrapely, which will then go and scrape all of those competitors' followers, right? So it's really simple. And in this case, same thing again. Let's say if you're a recruitment agency that places talent, obviously hiring talent in the US is expensive. All you can do is just basically send them a bunch of profiles of people that fit the criteria for the roles that they're currently hiring for, and also send them a calculator to calculate those savings as well. Easier said than done, I totally agree, but I guarantee you, if you spend 5-10 minutes just thinking about this, by all means, I can almost guarantee that you will have some great ideas for lead magnets. Now, the other thing to keep in mind is it has to be a small niche problem. So they will still need you to handhold them through the other problems, which once again will push them towards your main service or your main product that you're offering. So in that case, really dig deeper into what do you offer as an agency service, or what do you offer as a part of your software or as a part of your product, and then work backwards from that, dissect it into 5-10 steps, and just give them one snippet of one of the processes of what you deliver as your main offer to them in return for them basically just opting into a specific guide. Now, if you struggle with this, by no means am I trying to be salesy here, but I will give you a link to a guide on how to create lead magnets. I know it basically was downloaded by a couple of thousand people already, so I know it's a killer guide. I heard good things about it from the people inside of my course as well. So essentially, this is what I would recommend. Keep it super simple, because yes, you can go down the route of just hyper-personalizing email copy using Clay, but the chances are, let's be real, you cannot be able to do that. It's super technical. And yes, I can teach you Clay, I can teach you all of that stuff, but this gives you equally as good reply rates if you have a killer offer and you have a killer lead magnet. And all you need in order for this to actually work is just to basically read this guide. It will walk you through the types of lead magnets. It will walk you through how to create a killer lead magnet from start to finish. Now, worth noting, inside of the lead magnet, you need to have one clear call to action. So you would then say, hey, if you liked this, you would also love this, and then you can link them to another lead magnet. What that does is it builds familiarity with you. As soon as they have enough touch points, they will come to you. You would not need to basically continuously beg them in direct messages being like, oh, have you seen the guide? So if I were you, nudge them from one lead magnet to another lead magnet. And the idea here is to play the long game. So once again, in this case, in this campaign, I personally just make sure that it's basically a 1 day delay between the connection request and the first message, then between the second message, and I basically keep in 1 day or 2 day periods. And once again, I'll link all of this inside of the mirror board. I'm sure you can find the link to the lead magnet guide and the video wherever you're watching it. And above all, this is playing the long game. You're not going to get a client in the next 5 days doing this. And realistically, anyone else that tells you that another outreach method will get your client through the door like within a week, they're probably like, let's be real, it's not going to work. So go try this out. Go think of a lead magnet, and I'll make sure to link my LinkedIn profile down below. If you're struggling to think of a lead magnet, literally say, hey, I watched your lead magnet video. Help me think of a lead magnet, and I will literally help you think of one, because I'm 100% certain that people are just scratching the surface of what's possible with lead magnets, because they give you the excuse of like, oh, hey, our product or service, we can't offer it as a lead magnet. Like, there is nothing we know that could be worthy of a lead magnet. So think again, and if you can't think of it, just shoot me a line, and I'll try and help you out with lead magnet stuff. Anyways, over and out. I hope you enjoyed this one, and good luck copying and pasting these templates. And I hope I can guarantee you those 5% reply rates that I mentioned at the start of the video. And by the way, if you try this out with a killer lead magnet and this doesn't work on any sort of ICP hit list, literally message me with a Loom video and explain to me what happened, and I will send you literally a handwritten apology just for wasting your time. But realistically, you will get over 5% reply rates, because that's something that we've done for our clients, that's something we've done for ourselves. So I'm 100% confident in my ability to be able to execute this. So by all means, go copy and paste this and let me know how you get on. Thanks so much. Over and out.